5.3 day 2, slope-intercept form. So writing an equation from 2 points. So they're giving us 2 points and we want to write an equation in slope-intercept form to represent the line that passes them. So here are these instructions and you are going to have to memorize how to do this. It says find the slope. So find the slope. Step 1, how do I find slope? I know it's rise over run, or y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to plug those points in. Let's call this x2, y2, x1, y1. And find my slope, y2, 1, minus y1. So 1 minus negative 8 over x2 minus x1. So 1 minus a negative 8 is the same as 1 plus 8, which is 9. 2 minus 5, negative 3, which reduces to be negative 3. So here is my slope. So m equals negative 3. This is pick one point. It doesn't matter which one of our 2 points I want to pick. I'm going to pick one of them and plug it into y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to pick this x2, x1. x2, y2, excuse me, and I'm going to plug it in. So I have y, which is 1, equals our slope, which is negative 3, times x, which is 2, and it's plus b, and I'm going to solve and get b by itself. So y equals mx plus b. 1 equals negative 3 times 2, negative 6 plus b. How do I get b by itself? I add 6. And I get b is 7. So now that I know b is 7, I'm going to rewrite the equation with my m and my b filled in. So y equals m x plus b. So there is my equation for this line from 2 points. Again, first find the slope, pick one of the points, plug it in. It doesn't matter which one you plug in. Solve for b and then rewrite the equation filling in the unknowns. So you pause me and try this one. Show all your work. So you have y2 minus y1, which is negative 3 minus negative 2, which is that. 1 minus 3, this is just 1/2. So that's my slope. Find my slope. Pick one of the points, either one, it doesn't matter. If I pick this 3, negative 2, y equals m x plus b. Negative 2 equals 1/2 times 3, just 3/2. Plus b. I need to get b by itself, minus 3/2 minus 3/2. 2 minus 3/2 is 1/2. And you can plug that into, negative 2 minus 3/2. So that's negative 3.5, or let's just say negative 3.5 is your b. So my equation would be y equals m, which is 1/2, x minus 3.5. I should probably keep my fraction because I used fraction as my slope. Let's try using the other points just to see if we get anything different. So if we use the other point, the negative 3, 1, I would get negative 3 equals, y equals, m, my m is still 1/2, x, which is 1, plus b, y equals mx plus b. Negative 3 equals 1/2 plus b. So I have to subtract this 1/2. Negative 3 minus 1/2 is negative 3.5. equals b. So I would have still gotten b equals negative 3.5, and then I would have went back in and plugged in the numbers just like we did here. So you get the same equation. It doesn't matter which point you use. You can use either one, whichever one you want. Write an equation from 2 points. You should fill this one out. Do not go on. Do not keep playing until you've done that. So graphing a linear equation, what's the graph of y equals 2x minus 1? So remember, this is b, which is where we begin. And that's where it crosses the y-intercept. Or the y-axis, excuse me. It is the y-intercept. So it says it crosses down here at negative 1. So we put a point at negative 1. And this is our slope. So once we have our starting point of negative 1, it says our slope is 2. So that means we go up 1, 2 over 1 and put 1 point. Up 1, 2 over 1 and put a point. So up 2 over 1, put my second point. Up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. So that would be my line. And again, you should always put arrows on the end of it. So there is my line. Could I have we have a slope of positive 2. Could I go, instead of going from this point up 2 and over 1, could I went down 2, backwards 1? Sure, because negative 2, negative 1 is a positive 2 slope. Down 2, backwards 1. So it doesn't matter either way as long as the result is a positive 2 slope. So let's graph this one. You should put me on pause and try it. And when you come back, hopefully I'll have it graphed. Notice this one has a negative 3 slope and a starting point of 4. So I put my first point on 4. And then I went down 3, right 1. Down 3, right 1. Down 3, right 1. So that would be my line. Go ahead and put me on pause and do this one also. This one, the graph isn't big enough. We'd start down at negative 8, which would be about there. And then we have a positive 4 slope, so up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. Up 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1, 1, 2, 3, 4 over 1. And, whoops, I didn't go all the way to the bottom. That would be my graph. All right, that is it for this section.